Oh, I have returned once again to the actual cover, another part of a banana fish. Right, we're good to go, we're good to go, we're good to go. So yes, actually I have returned to actually cover a kind of a pseudo, I guess not pseudo prequel, it's actually a prequel to the events of the actual like manga itself. It actually tells a storyline of how Shorter and Ash actually met, which I guess is kind of one of the more pinnacle parts of the whole entire storyline, because again, you kind of do and through get the whole entire idea of how they see one another. You don't really get that kind of background too much on it. Don't get me wrong, it's still fine in the anime. You get enough indication to why they see one another the way they do. Actually, kind of the admiration they have for one another. But I guess also now this kind of fills in some gaps that might actually kind of be evident in the actual show and also manga. But again, as I said beforehand, the anime was perfect anyway. They actually kind of portrayed Shorter and Ash's relationship really freaking damn well as well. So we'll see what happens with this prequel, so to speak. So it's actually put into actually gone live. So gone live for Banana Fish. Angel Eyes. Should also mention actually also as well, if I forget, we're actually covering Angel Eyes today, which is the not spin-off, prequel. My brain always kind of immediately thinks of a like kind of like a prequel, not prequel, a spin-off, but it's not a spin-off, it's a prequel. I believe there we're good to go. There we're good to go. We're good to go on this part. We actually are. Holy crap, we're actually good to go on both parts. Wouldn't you know? It's working today. So, anyways, actually move my headphones slightly in case I start to kind of move around a bit too much. Anyways, I should begin Angel Eyes. So, Papa. Sorry to disturb you, sir, but we just heard. Should I go over there now to secure his release? That little fool. I thought I hadn't seen him around for a while, so that's what he's been up to. Leave him there, let him learn his lesson. But sir, if we don't act now, he'll be sent to juvenile detention. We can call him out any time we like. If a spelling reform school is all it takes to crush him, we might as well find it out now. What I'd rather have you do for me is obtain tickets for Carnegie Hall on the 18th. Sir, Seiji Ozawa will be conducting the New York Philharmonic. Philharmonic? Is it Philharmonic? How you pronounce it correctly? Dear sis, thanks for your letter and all the snacks. Don't come to visit me after all, because it's a pretty rough place. I'll be out of here in 2 months anyway. Don't worry about me, I'm fine. Hope you're shorter. Shorter Wong. Huh? Oh man, it's actually kind of nice seeing them back. Kind of seeing them back, really, because I mean, we're still under the impression that episodes 21 to 24 never actually happened. So everything's fine. We're just happy they're back. Nothing happened. No one died. No one died. Shorter's still fine. So is Ash. What's everyone saying? No. Right. So you call me? You got a new kid in block A. Give me a hand, will ya? Yeah, okay, just a sec. P.S. The banana bread was really good there. We got a little problem, see? Problem? What, you can't handle him alone? You'll see when you get there. Ash Lynx. Over here, kid. The kid stared straight at us for at least 10 seconds. Then came over real slow till he was about 3 yards away and stopped. There he could deal with anything that came down. That was the first time I ever saw Ash. He had thin arms and legs, a skinny little body, and on top of his slender neck was a face so beautiful it was scary. Now I've got what the warden was talking about. Yo, Can I talk to you for a sec? That ain't a little problem, man. You don't come up with some excuse to put him in hostel block. He's gonna be hostel blocks full, see? The dudes who are messed up for real. Okay, but you know what's gonna happen to that kid if you put him in with everybody else, don't you? It's like throwing a rabbit to the wolves, and you know it. That's why I want to put him in block A with you. You got things under control over there. So the way I figured it was, as long as you keep a lid on things, you'll be fine. Hang on a minute. You saying I've got to watch this bunny rabbit's ass 24 hours a day? Look, someone wants to pet a bunny. I don't need to know about it. Just make sure he don't turn into a roadkill, okay? So I do gotta watch his ass all the time. You wanna get out in 2 months? You help me out. Of all the dirty. No, I can't have any kids dying in here, alright? What did he do to get sent up anyway? He pickpocketed or something. Child prostitute? Murder. Huh? He did 4 people. He did 4 people, is what I heard. His little kid. 4 people? That's more than me, man. That book all you got with you. You sure travel light. Yeah, we've oh yeah, that's the correct thought process. We D4C'd out of the timeline where episode 24 actually happened. That's it. I now know what happened. We D4C'd out of the timeline. So we're actually currently in a different timeline where episode 24 actually didn't happen. It was only 21 episodes long, and actually everyone lived happily ever after at the end. That's what happened. Thanks D4C. Sheesh, real friendly. That's the rec room in there, which basically means a gym and showers. He was supposed to be 15, but I'll show you the workshop in the library later. He didn't look close to it. His neck and wrists were so puny you could snap them in two. Rather than a pretty boy, he looked like a beautiful boyish girl. Yo, Shorter, who's that new kid on the block? Boy, is he fine. Hey, baby, wanna be friends? Whoa. Lay off, dudes. Don't be getting any ideas. Leave the kid alone. You hear me? Easy to say, hard to enforce. Man, it's gonna be a long 2 months. This here's the mess. Breakfast at 7:30, lunches at noon, and dinners at 6. Don't ever chow down fast without looking, because sometimes there's roaches in the food. Got any questions? Yeah, your hair. Did it fall out, or did you shave it off? Right now, I'm growing it out. He'd finally opened his mouth. I got 3 little bald spots in a fight, see, so I shaved it all off. But now I'm growing out. As of yesterday, actually. His voice was husky, like it had just started changing. It was already pretty obvious that he was tougher than he looked. Ta-da! Here we are. It's at a lower bunk, and that desk there. So I'm your roommate for the next 2 months. Name's Shorter Wong. I'm with you? Yup, uh-huh. I'm supposed to look after you here, so you need any help with stuff or whatever, shoot. Hey, huh? When he glanced down just then, I swear he looked kind of familiar. I think I don't know you from somewhere. Don't I know you from somewhere? How would I know? I never met you before anyway. I remember that marble head. Marble head? That's really cruel. Nobody said anything that mean about my hair before. That kid's a total brat. What the heck is this? Puke? This crap ain't fit for human consumption, man. Bet the food budget went up someone's nose, is what happened, so they got to serve up this puppy chow. Ash, over here. So far so good anyway. At least he got through his first week okay. He was cool as ice in the shower room when the guys were eyeing him up like a strip show act and calling him some pretty rude names. Never even cracked a smile while showing any fear. Just ignored it all like it didn't mean anything. Made you wonder if he had any feelings at all. He did 4 people is what I heard. He sure didn't look like it. Not the least bit. That clear, pale skin and ash blonde hair. Those thin, determined-looking lips. And under those arched eyebrows, what you notice most of all about the kid, those jade green eyes. She looks more like a movie star than a killer. I mean, damn, I sure as hell ain't no pansy, but this kid's so beautiful. I couldn't stop staring at him. Still, I could have sworn I'd seen him somewhere before. Yo. Enjoying the reform school, pretty boy? Hang with me and you'll like it even better, baby. Uh-oh. Damn it, here he comes. I knew it was going to happen sooner or later, but I sure wasn't looking forward to it. Hey, Ricardo. Leave the kid alone, will ya? He's like a kid, okay? Not to mention, you're off your home turf. Oh, come on, what's wrong with being friendly, huh? Ricardo! Hey, Ricardo. Get your dirty hands off my property, scumbag. What'd you say? Your property? Cabron. Since when you got rights to this bitch? Since right now, so lay off and get out of here. Scram, asshole. You wanna make me? Both of you, just cut it out. This got nothing to do with you, Wong. Oh yeah, it does. I'm sitting here trying to eat. I can't do that with your dudes in my face. So if you're so hellbent on dunking it out in here, dunking it out actually is it's a Smash Bros move actually. So if you're hellbent on duking it out in here, you can duke it out with me, Frankie. You can duke it out with me, Frankie. Hey. Alright. Chill out, Shorter. I ain't got no beef with you. Cool, let's all chill out. That means you got your ass back to block B, Ricardo. Jeez. Man, just what I needed. Hey, where's Ash? Got up and left a while ago. What? I mean, I know, man, just walked out. Like he got nothing to do with it. I mean, sheesh. You're only fighting over rights to his ass. I don't know, man. Kid kinda gave me the creeps. Those green eyes, man. I swear to God. I swear he got the evil eye dude. Evil eye dudes. Where the hell you get that from, Nico? What are we supposed to do about it? Anyway, wear garlic? My grandma told me how when she was little back in her village, the beautiful green-eyed woman showed up one day. All the men in the village went nuts over her, right? And they started killing each other to get to her. And when every last man in the village was dead, there was a storm, and this woman stood in the rain laughing, and her eyes weren't green no more; they turned blood red. She was the devil. See, that kid Ash, he got the devil's eyes. I thought she was quite funny as well. That was actually quite funny. Yo, man, you sure read a lot. My instincts told me to stay clear of him. It's like all you do all day. That's the book you had the day that you got here, right? Jeez, how many times are you reading this thing? But for some reason, I go look for him all the time. So you like Hemingway, huh? Not really. It was the eyes. I was sure I'd seen those eyes before somewhere. So what's the deal? You the big man around here? You're the head of the Baldy Brigade, and that other marble head's a follower of yours. Say what? You're talking about Frankie? Give me a break. Those guys are skinheads, okay? I just shaved my head, that's all. Okay. Either the skinhead or the dickhead tried to mess with you. You must be real strong. I'm not all that strong actually. When I first entered this joint, Frankie tried to make me his bitch, see? Well, I'm sure as hell wasn't into that, so I was fighting him off and I won. I still had hair then, but still, I ain't exactly beauty contest material like you are. Must be pretty tough. Well, lock up a bunch of dudes together without any woman, I guess it's just... Aha. The reason those guys rape people has something to do with wanting to get laid. They just want to hurt people. It was because of those eyes. They just want power, somebody to step on. They ignored what my instincts told me and hung out with him. As if he was a very stray cat, and I was trying to get him trying to get him to let me pet him. The weak find someone even weaker than they are and hurt them. I guess it just means I'm at the bottom of the food chain. Well, if you know all that, I guess I don't need to tell you this, but watch your back. Both Ricardo and Frankie are after you, and if they actually get you, you'll finish. Nobody can save you. No one can save you, me included. Here, the weak don't stand a chance, and the only person who protect you is yourself. So make sure you don't go any place dark or deserted. If you have the bad luck and get caught, I couldn't believe what I was saying. The less you resist, the sooner it's over, and keep as quiet as you can. Because if you make a lot of noise, that just eggs them on, and it'll go on for much longer. Sure, it was for his own survival, but I was telling him to let them rape him. Thanks for the advice. But his eyes said, I'll be sure to keep that in mind. If you can't or won't help me, keep your big mouth shut and leave me alone. And I knew that he must have gone through it all before, lots of times. Guess you couldn't blame him for not trusting people and letting anyone get close. Sounds like a storm's brewing. Hey, Shorter, come quick. Huh? Where? The rec room. Frankie and Ricardo fighting over the kid, and Ricardo brought a bunch of guys from Block B with him. Alright, Frankie. Oh yeah, got him good. Yeah, man, right in the mouth. Come on, Frankie, don't let no Block B arsehole beat you on your own turf. Get him, man. Cut it out, both of you. What the hell are you doing? I told you dudes to lay off of each other. Say out this, Wong. We ain't gonna kill each other, so what's it to you? Yeah, we're just getting a little exercise here in the rec room after. Alright. Oh, in the rec room, alright? Yeah, butt out, Shorter. They wanna beat the crap out of each other. Let 'em, man. Come on, Ricardo, you ain't coming back to Block B to get. Come on, Ricardo, you ain't come to Block A to go back empty-handed, man. Let the kid go. If he's worth so much to you, how about treating him like it? Such cold eyes. They were totally expressionless, like he couldn't care less. Yeah, Frankie, you the man. Whoo, serve you right, Ricardo. Carry him out of here, you Block B losers. Shut up. Get your ass over here, bitch. Shorter, huh? If I fight him and win, I don't have to be his bitch. What did he just say? Huh? This ought to be real good, dudes. What the hell was he thinking? Yo, Frankie, he wants to throw some punches at you, dude. Yeah, man, you gotta let him defend his honor. You cool with this, Shorter? Because it could turn into a gangbang that fast, man. To this day, I don't know why I didn't stop that fight. Shorter. Let's even up the odds a little. Yeah. Kid needs a weapon. Here, kid, use this. The pool cue they tossed him was obviously a joke, but he simply picked it up, poker-faced. Alright, kid, come on. I'm ready whenever you are, baby. Come on. I just opened my mouth to stop them after all. When something made the words stick in my throat. It was just 1 second. No, even less than that. But I swear his body emitted the flashes of white light, which surrounded him like a halo. His intensity was scary. What are you waiting for? You don't make the first move, kid. I will. Holy crap! Stop! Ugh. Wow. Hey, come back here, you little. Drop it, Frankie. Get back here. I said just drop it. You're damn lucky you're still alive. What are you talking about? You crazy or something? Jeez, this guy's a pain in the neck. Ash. Wait up, Ash. Poor little bunny rabbit. That kid was serious. He was seriously about to kill Frankie if the cue hadn't shifted to the side of that by that quarter inch or so. At the very last second like that, Frankie would have died instantly, his heart crushed like a paper cup. He sure didn't learn how to do that in a day or two. He must have received some kind of special training. What the hell was that, kid? Ash! That freaked me out for real. Hey, thanks for deciding to go easy on him. Also, thank you, Shorter Wong. So that's it. Deflected slightly in the last second. I didn't decide to go easy on him, but now I finally know how, thanks to you. That was the first time in my life that somebody really terrified me. My whole body was suddenly covered with cold sweat, even though it was the middle of summer. This kid was something else, in the scariest kind of way. Shorter, watch out, man. Yeah, it's terrifying when you think about it. Like his whole entire character emits that kind of, like, as I said beforehand in the actual streams themselves. I always said you can't really predict his character in the slightest. So every single thing he does seems shocking because he shouldn't be able to do that kind of thing. He's very much like in the way Batman. Like, but you understand why Batman's the way he is, even though you understand why Ash is the way he is as well. But in essence, you actually understand that training that Batman went through. So you actually understand that he can actually do those kind of things. But when Ash does, you're kind of like, Jesus Christ. Like you kind of then realize what kind of life he actually lived beforehand. It kind of makes the whole entire thing even more terrifying to even think about. It's one of the things that it's not shown through flashbacks. It's actually just shown through action. Like the actions just speak louder than the words that could in theory tell you the storyline. It's one of the things I actually quite liked about this. That's what I liked about this, the fact that you actually can tell all these things via just the way that he acts and the way that he looks. Ash is a beautiful Batman. It's true. Maybe in theory, Banana Fish is actually an alternate timeline to one of the Earths in Batman as well, because there's like multiple Earths in Batman. So possibly one of the Earths actually is Banana Fish. You never know. Huh? For that dude Arthur, man. What is there? Somebody in here that he wanted off real bad. People saying he might send in an assassin. What? Come on, man. As if he'd imagined something that tricky. Dude, it's because Arthur's one tricky mofo that you in this joint in the first place. Charged with 2 counts of murder. You got a point there. I'm just saying, watch your back is all. Cause that arsehole hates your guts. Shorter, got a sec? Nico? Yeah, man. Guys totally losing it. Going on about being stuck with the devil and how we gotta let him move into block B like 4 hours, man. Not that again. You're talking about that boy toy Ricardo and Frankie got in a fight over, right? Man, Nico just won't let up because about his blood-colored eyes and what his grandma saw all this other crazy crap. His eyes are green. His eyes are light green. They just look red sometimes, depending on the light. There was a pretty hairy storm going on the other day. There was a pretty hairy storm going on the day of that fight. I bet it was a flash of lightning. You know, like when a camera flash gives people red eyes in the picture. I already told you, Nico, that. Well, what I can say is, dude's loco, man. Just what you need, huh? Ain't you set to be out of here pretty soon? So what are you gonna do after? So what? You gonna go after Arthur once you're outside? Well, sure thing, baby. How about later tonight? I'll see if I can slip over there. If we're waiting for you, kid. Oh boy. Look like Ricardo gets to have his Hannah. Looks like Ricardo gets to give his Hannah rest tonight. That raunchy look in his eyes, you could see it driving men wild. It was the look of a real whore. When did he? I didn't hear him get up. I didn't even sense it. People saying he might send an assassin. If this kid turned out to be Arthur's hitman, do I stand a chance? What are you all clenched up for all of a sudden? You think I'm gonna rape you or something? Good night, Shorter. Should have listened to my instincts. I'm staying way clear of that kid from now on. Man, I can't wait to get out of here. It's goodbye, Ash. Goodbye, crappy food. Uh-oh. You didn't have to look so thrilled about it. Oh, you again. Sorry, kid, I work here. Though actually, you're the first one to set foot in the library in months. Nobody comes in here anymore since the penthouse subscription ran out. So wait a minute, we're alone in here. If he was the guy, he couldn't have found a better time to do it. But for some reason, I got the feeling this kid and Arthur had nothing to do with each other. For one thing, he wasn't the type to make orders from a guy, take orders from a guy like Arthur. And let's face it, he outclassed Arthur by a mile. It's a little too quiet in here, though. What's he up to? Huh? Where'd you go? Hey! Huh? I finally figured it out. That's it. I just figured out you're on that card. Remember how I said I thought I knew you? You know what I mean. Your brain cells fried or what? Hang on a sec, okay? Coast clear, Frankie. Found it. Ash looked exactly like the angel on Christmas card. On the Christmas card my sisters had sent me. Sheesh. So that's what it was. An angel of all things. What a laugh. Nico, dude, what's going on? Something was up. Sorry, Wong, but I can't let you pass this point. Listen, man, you don't want to be involved with that kid no more, okay? Nico? Damn it! So hey, kid, let's finish what we started the other day. Who sent you? What? Arthur? You're dead, arsehole. Yeah! Ash! Two at one time. Whoa! It practically looked choreographed, the way he was knocking them out. He's also wearing a Batboy t-shirt as well, just so, just to kind of even out the kind of theory that Ash might be Batman, all along. All along, he's actually his Batman. He's wearing a Batboy t-shirt. Behind you, Ash. That's my question, Frankie. Was it Arthur who ordered you to kill me? Arthur? Got no idea what you're talking about. You were watching me like a hawk the other day from the day I got here. But there was nothing sexual about it. You didn't want me. You wanted to kill me. Believe me, I know the difference, because this happens to me a lot. Eye, ear or nose, your choice. Yeah. Huh? Okay, I'll talk. It's like you thought it was. Arthur, he priced me my own turf downtown. I got out. Now just put it down, man. Beat it. Since when were you onto him? That first time he came muscling in at the canteen. If he really wanted to make me his bitch, why did he wait a whole week? But if I ended up getting a sugar daddy looking out for me, that would be a monkey wrench for him. So that's why you were all over Ricardo later. You want to see Frankie's reaction. I wasn't too sure about it either. I figured if somebody's nice to you for no reason, watch out. What was with that buddy act anyway? I don't like how you work. You were just using Ricardo, leading him on like that. For what? To sick him on Frankie and get him to do your dirty work for you? Anything wrong with that? Yeah. I'd say there's something wrong with using other people's tools. So what? Like he didn't want to use me as a sex toy? You think he was after me out of love or something? Jesus. It's not like he ever asked me how I felt about it. This time. None of those bastards ever do because they don't even realize I've got feelings. What would you know about it anyway? The intensity that came out of him was rage, pure white hot rage. You don't have a clue, or even half the crap I've been through. It was a fury he felt towards all those who treated him like dirt and tried to dominate him. Sure I do. Give me a friggin' break. I know how you feel, Ash, but I've got to say this to you anyway. Don't play games with people's feelings. Don't go manipulating people like that, because if you do that, you're no different from those arseholes you hate. Damn you to hell, you son of a bitch. Pain in the ass, man in the head jerk. Hey. Sheesh. Kids sure called me a lot of names. Word of what happened in the library that day went around fast. Guys were suddenly treating Ash like a capo. Go ahead, which seemed to make him really uncomfortable. Ever since the incident, he slowly started to let his feelings show. And me and him started talking more and more. No way, you're in here because of that double dealing bastard too? Yup. Cop showed up right in the middle of it, like someone had sent them an invitation, which he had. I thought, crap, we've been set up. But it was too late to run. He's using the same move on everybody. That cheap bastard. Still, and all guess Arthur. I guess Arthur's instincts ain't too bad, huh? Asshole was trying to nip you in the bud, dude. Huh? Arthur had figured it out. This kid was going to turn into a very serious rival. Oh, nothing. Hope you enjoyed it while it lasted, Arthur, because your reign is over. Well, he ain't lying. He ain't lying at that point. How'd you get out at the end of the month? Yeah, can't wait, man. Me either. Your snoring's been driving me nuts. Ah, man, this breeze feels good. The way I look, I've had guys make passes at me tons of times, and all of the time it's like they can't believe it when I fight them off, and then they always get really mad. It's like how dare I mess up their fantasies? You know, like I'm not even a real person to them. And that's why I figured it's a lot easier on me if I take the lead, get them wrapped around my finger and do whatever I want them to do. Yeah, but where did he learn it? What I saw him do to Ricardo. I'm just glad I wasn't born a girl. They'd get it even worse. So then I'd be a real slut. No, you wouldn't. You'd be a lady, a real class act who wouldn't even give somebody like me the time of day. Where did he grow up? What was his family like? Hey, don't gross me out. You saying you want to ask me out if I was a girl? Wish I knew a lot more about this guy. Never had a thing for boys, but what? Now you do? Oh hey, check this out. See how she looks like you? I kept thinking I met you before, well it turned out to be her. This Christmas card angel. The thing is, she's actually pretty sexy. Back when I was little, before I could get my hands on nudie mags, I used to jack. Oops. Oh, you see, we'll see you around, Shorter. Take care, man. Good riddance, dude. You'll be back in no time. Bye, kid, and don't come back. Got that? Sure hope not. Oh ho! I see you've got your entourage, big man. If you can call reform school campus, cut out, Shorter. So listen, I'm keeping this. Your angel. Huh? Wait, huh? But huh? It's a sin to jack off of this, you know. Wait a minute. Hey, give it back. Let's go, Shorter. But that's mine. I said let's go. That was the very first time I saw Ash laugh. It was 2 whole months after I'd first met him. His face when he laughed was cute and childlike and totally angelic. Angel eyes. End. And there we go. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's how the whole thing with the angel happened in the torture room. Because I was thinking that because people actually kind of said, "Oh, it's actually in the prequel." I was like, I wonder what it's all about. And that's actually how it's all about. I mean, that was actually very interesting because it kind of, again, it tells you a story. It tells you a story that's kind of very much you know the basics of. You kind of get the idea of how they had admiration for one another and how they kind of see one another. You don't get the full picture, but again, as I said beforehand, as I said during the opening of the stream, it's not like the anime kind of didn't tell you, or the manga didn't tell you how they were to one another. It was still a very fleshed out relationship, but this actually kind of fleshes out even more. You can actually kind of see the ins and outs of how they once met and how Shorter sees Ash first, and how Shorter kind of doesn't fully tell him, like, look, you can't just go around doing that. But then it's kind of like you kind of understand that he's the way he is because of what's actually been going on with him. He knows all those things because of the way that he was brought up and the way that he actually kind of perceives to be that whole entire idea. It's actually kind of scary when you think about it. Like, you know that he's able to kill someone in like multiple ways, and he kind of scares you. And every single time he's actually able to get get a weapon in his hands, because you just don't know what you can do with it. I mean, no one in the prison knows what he actually knows, but we know what he knows because we actually read the manga. Actually read that part where he actually turns into full-blown Batman. So it's one of those things you kind of do understand that he's a force to be reckoned with. He's a devil in quite the kind of literal sense when you think about it, because he's one of those people, if he wants to off you, he will off you. It's freaking terrifying. Like, just learning about him and actually using that metaphor, the whole entire thing with the lady with green eyes, it doesn't fully tell you there and then that he has that kind of multiple personality, but not in a sense that like a disorder, not a disorder kind of multiple personality disorder, but in a sense of like that multiple kind of persona, like that person that you kind of do for you see that childlike angelic sense, but then you actually see a different side of him at the whim. Like when he needs to actually take down someone, you do see a different side of him, like a kind of like a more ferocious kind of beast. More importantly, you kind of do see it in when AJ gets shot in episode 23, episode 23, 22, the 22. I'm trying to block out the memories. My episode remembrance is terrible now. But yeah, you know what I mean. When AJ gets shot, you know at that point what actually happens to Ash. He turns into his ravenous beast. He turns into a person that's hell bent on revenge. So you understand that there's actually kind of that tick inside him that can go off at any point. Like it's terrifying. Like you kind of do and free deduce at that point that he's a terrifying being, and even more so at this age as well. Like I like the fact that we actually get to learn him at this age is still even more terrifying. He's not as if he actually learned it later on. No, he actually is this person that's terrifying at this very one point still. It just tells you the kind of upbringing actually did in Free have, and it's scary. Like it's very scary, and it kind of just tells you the life that he led. It's actually kind of terrifying that he actually you don't learn this from words, you learn this from actions and actually expression as well. It's actually kind of those things that I liked how the manga actually kind of explores Ash just through expression, actually kind of through action instead of actually through words, because it doesn't really say too much at the beginning with Shorty. Just kind of he has those expressions of a person that you just don't know whether or not you actually kind of really pinpoint them. And it's actually kind of those things actually doing free like that aspect that actually we have visual storytelling instead of actually kind of physical story. We have visual and physical storytelling instead of actual kind of like normal storytelling. It's actually really well done. They actually do really see it in the actual anime as well, and also the manga as well. You get to see that he's this person that actually doesn't very emote quite often. Actually shows how he is as a person through his emotions rather than actually through kind of words. He's a person that actually has that. You see it quite often, like how he is with certain people. I didn't really I don't think did I note it during the actual streams themselves, but you do get to see the differences in the kind of the people and how he sees them in relation to the relationships he actually has towards them. Like, in essence, how he's actually stern to certain people, how he's very soft to other people as well. It's actually one of those things you do get to actually kind of understand that he's a character that actually he's gone through all these things, but actually still emotes in a different kind of capacity. It's actually kind of very interesting. Yeah, I mean, it's terrible still that he learned how to manipulate people from the life he actually led, and actually that's how he thinks he's actually gonna get through life as well. It's depressing because it's one of those things you don't want to see him like that, because he's a person that didn't deserve anything he went through, even more so at the end as well. He didn't deserve what actually happened at the end or anything at all in the whole entire show. But that's the life he led. It just tells you that it wasn't the prettiest of all lives, but he still made something out of it after the whole entire event of the beginning of the show. It's one of those things he actually made a life for himself at the end of it, actually trying to escape that. So it's actually kind of interesting to get to see the kind of the beginnings of that whole entire, and actually get to know what really did Free go on, actually how he's actually able to actually kind of get his way in a way. It's terrifying. Like he's a terrifying person. I mean, even more so now. I mean, if you were to actually kind of read this and then go back into the show and actually kind of look at his actions once again, you get to know that you get to know a little bit more of how he was. It's actually it's freaking terrifying. Like it really is. It's one of those things I've actually kind of just thought to myself, God, like you get to learn so much more, and it just makes every single more event in the show ever more terrifying. And then again, it doesn't kind of make him seem as if he's kind of like I would say like an unrealistic character. No, his character is very much in a sense that he's realistic. He's a person that had this training. It's not as if he learned it like that, and some characters do in certain shows. No, he learned this from the life he led. It actually doesn't fully tell you that it's realism to his character. It's not just the fact that he just learned this off a whim. No, he went through all these things. She learned all these things in the process, and that's how he functions. It's actually a very kind of neat thing this manga does. It humanizes his character while also giving him this like supernatural kind of aspect to him. He's a person that shouldn't have as much power but does in theory, and it kind of makes you wonder, Christ, when you learn this, but then when you do learn it, it actually makes everything make more sense. It actually makes the whole entire thing kind of flow a lot better in an essence when you think about it. Like Shorter says that look, how he couldn't have learned this in like no time. You would have to like kind of you actually have to kind of learn this as time goes on. He actually did. I actually kind of liked as well the relationship between Shorter and Ash as well. It's one of those things that he slowly opens up to him. Like he's a person that has a front for a valid, I can't say the word now, for a valid reason. He's got a front until someone tells him, look, you can't keep doing this, and then he opens up. It kind of just tells you there and then that, as I said during the streams themselves, characters do in theory kind of exhibit these flaws. But I guess they know they have these flaws, but they won't accept them themselves. They have to kind of be told that, look, what you're doing here isn't correct. And it's actually kind of neat that we actually have this again, even with the main character that's kind of in his own way flawless, in kind of his own capacity. Like in essence, a person that we kind of deduce as a person that actually has no flaws, but actually even for he does. He actually exhibits all those flaws. I mean, it's even shown at the end of the manga, and actually how one of those flaws doesn't free kind of take over as well. It's one of those interesting kind of ideas that I like the fact that we actually have characters say, look, you have to sort this out. You can't keep going on like this, because at that point understand that, yeah, they do have that flaw. It has to be fixed. It actually doesn't really allow it kind of allows the relationship to actually kind of feel a bit more genuine as well, because the genuinity, is that a word? I don't even know. The genuineness to the relationship actually kind of stems from the fact that they actually understand one another even more so now. So you actually Short understands Ash more now, and it makes the whole entire relationship later on make more sense. So those things actually is really well done. And yeah, we actually have now the concrete reason to why the angel is who the angel is, why he looks at the angel at the end before he dies. So there we go. That is the whole entire storyline. So I believe now we actually have one more spin-off / prequel to go. We have Private Opinion, I believe, and then we actually completely finished Banana Fish until I actually read the manga once again. Yeah, he did go. Yeah, that temper tantrum actually was kind of cute though. He's a person that actually he's still very childlike in his own way. Again, he's very adult in the way he acts, but he still has that childlike demeanor to him that actually kind of, it just tells you there and then, like what happens with Mob in Mob Psycho 100. It tells you there and then they are the age they are. They're not just this person that's kind of 25 years old that's actually a 15-year-old. No, he's a person of his age. Actually is oh yeah, Flyboy as well. I completely forgot about Flyboy. I'll read that one as well, don't worry. It actually tells you there and then that he's a person of his age. Actually, he's a very realistic character because of it. So yeah, I mean, I probably will actually read them as the weeks go on. So don't worry, I'll probably do this once a week. I'll just read one more spin-off a week. So do not worry about it. I'll actually finish this by the end of January, I believe, or even sooner, depending on what actually doesn't really happen with the schedule of anime. So as always, if you have enjoyed this whole entire stream as a whole, then do leave that good old follow on Twitch, because indeed something quite a bit. Actually helps you quite a bit. If you have enjoyed it here on YouTube and you do want to stay a bit longer, then do. That's wrong. That's completely wrong. If you have enjoyed this whole entire stream on YouTube and you actually do want to leave a like, then do leave a like, because indeed it does help me quite a bit. If you have enjoyed it here on YouTube and you do want to stay a bit longer, then do leave a sub, because indeed it actually does help me quite a bit. And also, if you actually want to stay a bit longer after that whole entire point, then do follow me on Twitter, because indeed does help me quite a bit. Does help me quite a bit. You know, when streams go live and streams I do as well. And as well, actually, have enjoyed it here on YouTube and you don't have a Twitter account, but do have a Discord server, do have a Discord as well. I do have a Discord as well that you actually can free join. So do join that as well. Actually, know when streams go live and streams I do as well. But until next time, with some more Banana Fish spin-off / prequels, I will see you guys later. Bye for now.